Hey guys, this is Return to Tennis. I'm Aaron, thanks for returning. So, was promised I would kind of get some footage this week of hitting the new toy that I acquired, the Pro Staff RF97 version 11. I strung it with a Toro line. The Toro line Ether, the square string. The weather here has been crap. It's been cold, cloudy, rainy. Supposed to maybe get a little bit of snow this weekend. So I wasn't able to get out with the slinger bag and do a little footage. I did get to go hit it this morning. Now, a week ago, I played the UTR matches. The following days, I mean all the way up through yesterday, 6 days later, my arm was bad. Definite elbow pain, definite tennis elbow, no doubt. The pain through the arm of the bicep and the tricep area, it was pretty much gone. The elbow is still a little touchy. This morning I felt like, okay, maybe we can go hit. So we took the Pro Staff, the RF97, and we went and hit with the Toro line in it. Very first backhand I hit, my elbow lit up. And it's not the weight of the racket. I could have picked up any racket, and then as soon as I'd hit a backhand, it would have, like that, it would have taken off on me. But I am curious as to what all my equipment does weigh. So we're going to do a little like evaluation of weight today on a bunch of the rackets that I keep in my bag, see kind of where we're at with some things. But in relation to this, it had a 4 1/4 grip. I've really been playing around trying to get the grip to a 4 1/2 without adding a lot of weight. We've not weighed it. We're going to see what it weighs out. Now, I took off the original grip. I put a Solinco over grip underneath, and then I used a Gamma gel grip on top. We're going to see how that changed the weight. I know that the dampener is 3 grams, so I did that. I do know that. We're going to see what we're weighing out at. On spec, it's 355 strung, roughly. Hit it today, felt great, great spin. The Toro line strings, good pop, good response off the strings. I hit volleys really well. I was hitting overheads really clean. The best I've hit volleys in drills this year. And I think these strings really helped out. Great slice and good topspin. Even though I was having a lot of pain hitting backhands with it, I've really hit some really nice backhands off of this. And I think it's just, it has the stability factor that the other frames are lacking because of its weight. Anytime I mishit a ball, I did not feel vibration get to my arm. And I could tell when I framed one, of course. I framed a few, and I did not have that traveling sensation of pain going to my elbow. I only had pain using the backhands, and if I tried to really serve. I served a little bit with it, but I didn't really try to crank any. So that being said, let's see what we got going on in terms of racket weight. I got a scale. It's nothing fancy, right? We're going to measure it out in grams. Grams is the international standard. I know in the States we use ounces. I've lived all over the world. I'm kind of used to using grams. And I've got my everything that's in my bag is on this shelf. I got 6 rackets in the bag, and then I have whatever I'm playing with separated from them. So let's start with something we haven't played with in a long time, right? That we've only briefly hit. I'm kind of curious what this weighs out at. It's smaller than the others. It's the Astuza Power Beam. It's 92 square inches. Let's come over here and let's see what we can get a weight on this. If I can get it to balance out for us. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to, here we go. I'd like to try to stand it up. 350 grams strung on the dot. That's very close to spec. I think it's spec'd out around 350, 352. All right, so let's see what else we got going on. Let's try this should be close to the same weight as the Power Beam. This is the Wilson, the Pro Staff, 6.6 Tour Classic. The old Jim Courier racket. We've hit this a little bit on camera. Let's see how we spec out here on weight. It does have a replacement grip on it, the Diadem. 348, really? I thought it'd be as heavier. Yeah, 348 grams, specking out. It's a little bit lighter than the Power Beam. I'm surprised by that. Okay, let's grab the Technofiber. This is the TF40. TF40 305. This is easily the lightest racket I've got in my bag. This racket is gorgeous. Aesthetically, it is gorgeous. And it hits really well, but it just seems so light. I'm going to guess probably around 320. 325 grams. Again, it's got that dampener on it. That dampener can run anywhere from 3 to 5 grams. So, but that's not bad. That is probably going to be the lightest racket in the bag. Next, this is, let's get the whiteout Solinco. This is the Solinco Whiteout 305. I reweighted this handle, right? Because we can change out that butt cap. And I added the heavier one. So it should be at 315. Plus the strings, I'm going to say 330. Maybe 332 or 3 with the dampener on it. It also had added an overgrip to it. Okay, there we go. 338. That's with an overgrip, because the grip was already wearing down. I was playing with it so much. And the dampener on it. But man, this thing hits super clean. That's probably anytime I was having less, hi puppy, arm problems, it was hitting that one. So next up, these were the rackets that I was having the most problems with on my arm. And it was only when serving, and it was the Diadem Elevates. This is the Tour. This one's model's a couple of years old. It does have a Diadem overgrip on it. So that's going to add some weight. But those Diadem grips are money, man. I love those grips. They're some of the most comfortable. Wow, that's spec'd out at 347. Man, I would not have guessed it was that heavy. That's the Tour Elevate. Now, see, I liked that racket so much, how it hit on ground strokes, that I went ahead and I got the newer model, the Elevate Tour FS. Now, this is stock. It has the Solinco, or I'm sorry, not the Solinco, it has the Diadem Solstice power strings in it. This racket is stock. It should come in at about 330 grams. $333. Very nice, 333 grams. I love how the Diadem rackets hit. I'm just not able to catch serves well enough with those to decrease the vibration I get out of the frame. Last but not least, Pro Staff RF97. As I said, I have a Solinco overgrip underneath the Gamma grip. I'm trying to bulk that handle to 4.5. The dampener is 3 grams. What's this thing coming in at? Come on, hang on. 360, Jesus. 368 grams. In conversion, that's about 13 ounces. We're very close to 13 ounces. Come on, give me ounces, not milliliters. There we go. 13 ounces on the dot. Wow. We're going to play with this grip today. We're going to try to reduce the weight of that grip and bring that weight of the total weight of the racket down. I think it's a little too heavy, even for me. Spec on this is supposed to be 355. I am 13 grams overweight. So we're going to see if we can play with that today. I've gotten a couple of ideas online about how we can reduce that. We're going to try to do it. We're going to use some surgical tape, which is very lightweight. I've read if you add a couple layers of tape, it's about maybe 4 grams in weight, but can bump the racket a grip size. And then I'll probably put the original leather grip back on it. But we're going to try it out today. We're going to see how it goes. Let's see how what happens with this. And then we'll check its weight again. Okay, guys. So after a lot of experimentation, we tried using this. one time around the handle with one strip of this was 2 grams. I think I'd have to put about 4 strips around to get to a 4.5 handle size, which isn't bad really. I mean, that would be an 8 gram add-on. And then I could wrap straight over top, perhaps, with the stock grip. The stock grip weighs 20 grams. So that's 28 grams onto, when it's reduced down, it's at 336. I'd add on 28. I'm up to, 364, 65, somewhere in there. The great thing about this tape, this is basically transport tape, surgical tape. It's kind of sticky, but it's really thin, and it's an easy way to add weight to the handle to wrap over with a grip without increasing the handle weight greatly to do that. As opposed to adding like a heat sleeve. A heat sleeve is going to add 20-30 grams. This is it's really thin. It adds a little bit of weight. It can maybe, with several layers, you can bulk the handle, and because it's so thin and pressable, you don't lose your bevels on your handle so bad. But it wasn't working out. I started looking at it. I'm like, well, if I do that and I put the stock grip, that's 28 grams. I'm almost back up to where I was. So what I did instead is I rewrapped with the Solinco overgrip underneath, and then put the Gamma gel grip back on top. But this time I wrapped it very close or very tighter on the edges, and I actually had a lot of extra length at the end that I could chop off. And that helped bring us down. We're going to take a look now here. Where are we at with weight? Okay. Nope, zero it out. There we go. Zeroed out on the scale. We were at 368 with the dampener. We know the dampener's 3 grams. We're at 363. We were able to trim out 5 grams of weight, which is, I'm good with that. Realistically, I'm only 5 grams over stock with strings. So that's where we're at. That's what we're going with for now. Hopefully I'll be out in the court next week. I don't have a lot of faith in that. My elbow's pretty bad. Holding the phone here and recording, holding the camera and recording, really, even that's a little painful right now. We'll see what happens. I do have an elbow brace on the way. We'll throw that on, see if that does anything for us. If not, we may be out for a couple weeks. But in any case, there you got to look at everything in my bag. You got to look at what weights I'm swinging. Some are really light, some are really heavy. The Wilson was the heaviest, but now we made some adjustments, brought it back down a little bit. It's still the heaviest racket in there, but it is, for vibration, from the terms of vibration out through the frame, it's the most comfortable for that. So I'd still say the Solinco is number 2 on my list when it comes to comfort in pulling down vibration right now. That's all for now, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Hit a like, hit a subscribe. I appreciate it. We'll see you soon. We now return you to your regular scheduled programming.